We've already seen what artificial intelligence assistants are and what they're used for. Also, we saw that GeneXus Enterprise AI allows working with different types of assistants. Now let's see how to create a chat assistant. Our goal is to build an assistant to help us by returning a good description for a certain product that we indicate. We enter the platform, select the project we're going to be working on, and below the menu options, we select Assistants and choose Create Chat Assistant. Here we must complete the required information. First, we're going to define the prompt, the message. In this sector, we must indicate the initial message or context so that the assistant knows what its function is and what's expected as a possible result. As we've already said, our goal is to create an assistant that will return a good description for a certain product that's given to it. Therefore, we define a simple and clear enough prompt to make the objective understandable. Although we're indicating it in English, it could be in another language. We indicate that this is an assistant specialized in marketing. We say, the user proposes the name of a product, and the expected response is a description of the product that does not exceed 100 characters. For example, if the input is chair, the expected response is, a chair is a seat with back support, usually with 4 legs, that fits only one person. Once the prompt has been stated, we check the LLM settings. Artificial Intelligence Provider. We leave OpenAI, which is the default value. Model, which, although we also leave the default value, corresponds to the specific artificial intelligence model that will be used to return the text. Temperature. Here we must consider that this value determines the level of randomness of the response. A value of 0 does not ensure that the response is always the same and tends to give a similar response in each case. We also leave the default value. Finally, the maximum length sets the maximum number of tokens to be returned at the end of the generated text, depending on the chosen artificial intelligence model. Okay, we will now test our wizard. We're going to ask for a description for the product mirror. Therefore, we enter mirror in the user input and click on test. As an answer, we get that the mirror is a reflective surface that allows us to see our own reflection. Perfect. That's an appropriate response. Now let's try a description for ball. So in the input, we indicate ball and click on test. As an answer, we get ball is a round object typically made of rubber or leather used in various sports and games. That's perfect too. What if we enter GeneXus? Let's try. It tells us that GeneXus is a powerful software development platform that enables rapid application development on multiple platforms. Very good. We achieved the objective, so we save it. We click on Save and indicate an appropriate name for our assistant. We enter Marketing Assistant. Optionally, we can also enter a brief description and select a representative icon. We confirm, and the assistant is created. It may happen that later on, we need to modify something in the definition of this assistant, either in the settings or in the prompt. Let's suppose that we need to ask our assistant to return not only the description of the product, but also its average cost in dollars. So we edit the assistant's prompt and modify it, indicating now that this is an assistant specialized in marketing. The user proposes the name of a product, and the expected response is a description of the product that does not exceed 150 characters, along with the average cost of that product in dollars. For example, if the input is chair, the expected response is, chair is a seat with back support, usually with 4 legs, that fits only one person. The average cost is $50. Let's try it. We type in pencil and click on test. The result is that the pencil is a writing device with a thin cylindrical core of graphite enclosed in a wooden cylinder. It's used for drawing or writing. The average cost is 50 cents. Very good. That's an appropriate answer. So we save, and then we have a new version of the assistant. We can save this update as a new revision or replacement for the previous one. We indicate to save it as a new revision. This means that from the creation of an assistant, we can generate successive versions over time, and we can view them by selecting the All Revisions option. Next, we'll see how to create a RAG assistant that allows us to chat with documents.